Greetings, who are you? Part 1 by Thy Kingdom Come Freedom Network. This information is for entertainment purposes only. This site exists to educate and learn from each other. Any and all actions taken from this information rest solely on those acting on it. A base knowledge is key. We use historic timelines and references to the organic documents for much of this information in this presentation. We research what we present by comparing meanings across dictionaries, documents, and court cases. Person-centric identity search, trading your God-given rights for permission to receive certain benefits and privileges in a corporate United States structure is not revealed as a choice when you were born. The Freedom of Information Act request through the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services demonstrates that you do have a choice. After requesting a person-centric identity search of your given name at birth and then receiving the response stating no information was found, you have to ask yourself why that is. Uncovering citizenship. You probably already know there's a lot of information out there about updating your citizen status, and you usually come away with more questions than answers. We help you navigate this process by providing an explanation at every step which you can reference yourself. Discover how and why citizen status exists and get the information you need to make confident choices for yourself and those you care about. Uncovering citizenship. If you receive a letter from United States Customs and Immigration Service stating you are not a citizen, the United States government has no jurisdiction or authority over you. See the Constitution for the United States of America, 1787, ratified 1789, Bill of Articles, ratified 1791. Look at Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17, and also see the 14th Amendment. What's your litmus test for true? Genesis 1:27, the Creator created man in his image. In the image of the Creator created he him. He created them male and female, and he gave them dominion over the land, the air, and the sea, and all the creatures therein. Who are you? You're more powerful than you've been taught to believe. Learn about your options and begin to gain a different perspective. You have a choice. Choose wisely. Begins with words. The law of grammar. Words have been used to replace man and woman in legal documents, contracts, and statutes. Words such as citizen, resident, individual, person, human being. In America, men and women were meant to be the governing authority until the original 13th article, no title and nobility, was essentially lost. Changing the meaning of words has been used to deceive since the Bible was translated. Substance over form, change to form over substance. Words used that put you in the public domain if you are a citizen, a resident, an individual, person, human being. You are in public jurisdiction and subject to statutes, codes, rules, regulations, ordinances, zoning, mandates, policies of city, village, township, county, state, and federal government. Words used that put you in the private jurisdiction or foreign to the public jurisdiction. If you were a man or a woman, you're in the private jurisdiction subject to common law, natural law, and divine law. Love your neighbor as yourself, cause no harm, don't trespass. Also known as God's laws. In other words, you govern yourselves, self governing with regard to precedent already established in previous court cases and jurisprudence. This may include a request for a trial by jury, a petit, or a grand jury, or some other method of reconciliation. Jurisprudence from Webster's 1828 dictionary. The science of law, the knowledge of the laws, customs, and rights of men, and the state of community necessary for the due administration of justice. The study of jurisprudence, next to that of theology, is the most important and useful to men. Defined through the Labor Code, April 24th, 1863, also known as Executive Order 100, trying to delineate public and private. Section 1, Article 1. A place, district, or country occupied by an enemy stands in consequence of the occupation under the martial law of the invading or occupying army, whether any proclamation declaring martial law or any public warning to the inhabitants has been issued or not. Martial law is the immediate and direct effect and consequence of occupation or conquest. Private, same document, Section 1, Article 11. It disclaims all extortions and other transactions for individual gain. All acts of private revenge or connivance of such acts. Article 22. Nevertheless, a civilization has advanced during the last century, so has likewise steadily advanced, especially in war on land. The distinction between the private individual, they don't say private man because attorneys write these things, belonging to a hostile country and the hostile country itself, its men in arms. The principle has been more and more acknowledged that the unarmed citizen is to be spared in person, property, and honor as much as the exigencies of war will admit. So here you have private man talking about men in arms, and then you have the public citizen and the public person. Who is the enemy? Vatican City, London City, City and District of Columbia, Roman Catholic Church, esquires or attorneys, banksters. The significance of the Labor Code. The Labor Code, April 24th, 1863, also known as Executive Order 100, Article 2. Martial law does not cease during the hostile occupation, except by special proclamation ordered by the commander-in-chief, or by special mention in the treaty of peace concluding the war when the occupation of a place or territory continues beyond the conclusion of peace as one of the conditions of the peace. Folks, we're still under martial law since 1861. No proclamation occurred, so are we still under martial law? The Law of War Manual is the Department of Defense War Manual. It was signed June 12, 2015. It's a combination of military and federal attorneys who took the Labor Code of 1863, Geneva Conventions, Hague Conventions, Nuremberg trials, the law of war manuals from the United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, and Australia, and all of the strengths of those to strengthen the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which is military law. The documents in. So now, no proclamation occurred, so are we still under martial law? The short answer is yes. We've been under it since 1861. When the South walked out. How and why jurisdiction matters. Jurisdiction definition: the power, right, or authority to interpret and apply the law, a matter that falls within the court's jurisdictions. The authority of a sovereign power to govern or legislate. Webster's 1828 dictionary. What you call yourself will be used to determine your jurisdiction and will determine whether or not you fall under the jurisdiction of statutes, codes, rules, and regulations, or law. The birth certificate is a man acting as an accommodating party to the all caps name. When the judge refers to you, he's talking to you, the private man, or you, the accommodating party to the certificate of live birth in all caps that has a date of birth on the document the certificate of live birth was finalized, which is not the day that you came into the world with a day of nativity from your mother. Your straw man. Jurisdiction definition. Power and authority constitutionally conferred upon or constitutionally recognized as existing in a court or judge to pronounce the sentence of law or to reward the remedies provided by law upon a state of facts, proved or admitted, referred to the tribunal for decision, and authorized by law to be the subject of investigation or action by that tribunal and in favor of or against the persons or res who present themselves or who are brought before the court in some manner sanctioned by law is proper and sufficient. So the court is a fiction, and it's dealing with persons or res, persons affiliated with a certificate of live birth, subjects, U.S. citizens, residents. What's a citizen? Black's law. In general, a member of a free city or jural society, civitas, possessing all the rights and privileges which can be enjoyed by any person under its constitution and government. Geez, wait a minute. I thought we the people created the government. Well, the citizens under that constitution and government and subject to the corresponding duties. All persons, your straw man, born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Oh, reside rather than where they're present? 14th Amendment U.S. Constitution. Meaning, short version, a U.S. citizen is a subject or a slave with benefits and privileges versus a man or a woman with rights from the Creator. Your choice. I advise you to choose wisely. Control is not new. This is from wealthforfreedom.com. The most secret knowledge, a science which outdates history, is the science of control over people, governments, and civilizations. The foundation of this ultimate discipline is the control of wealth. Through the control of wealth comes the control of public information and the necessities of life. Through the control of news media comes thought control. Through the control of basic necessities comes direct physical control of people. Now, this is the dark side. On the light side, Romans 13, it says the magistrate is the minister of the Creator for thy wealth, meaning the public official. So if you get things right, you can have the magistrate be a minister of the Creator for thy wealth. When you put them in their place amongst people in your community and hold them to their task at hand as an appropriate assembly. But if you walk as a U.S. citizen, they're in control. Sit down, shut up. You'll be told what and how to do things.